Hi and welcome to tonight's tutorial. I'm Pam Wrigley and I am a bridal hairstylist, just in case you haven't watched one of my tutorials before, but thank you for joining me. We haven't done a live stream for a couple of weeks now, so thank you for joining me tonight, and it's lovely to be back. And tonight I'm going to show you how to create a very kind of beautiful, simple, elegant bridal hairstyle with very kind of minimal prep. Now I have my laptop here just off camera. So if you have any questions, please just type your questions in and I will keep checking the chat box and I'll be able to get back to your questions. But let's get started, shall we? So the hair prep I've done for this time, working on my practice head. We're still on lockdown here in London, so we can't work with our live clients just yet, but pretty soon, I think another month or so. We've got the 12th of April, fingers crossed. So we're working on our practice heads. Now, if you need any help working with your practice head, if like me, your practice head's kind of got a little bit worse for wear over these last probably the last year or so, I think, where we've been in and out of lockdown. We do have lots of tutorials. We have an online training course as well as our kind of live tutorials on YouTube. We have an online training course where you can join me and learn lots of different bridal hairstyles. But on that course, we have a section all about kind of getting the best out of your practice head. So if you are struggling with kind of flyaway hair, broken bits of hair, it doesn't look glossy or smooth, then we've got a tutorial on the e-learning site to help you. And we'll put a link to the online learning course in the chat box later. But let's get started. I'll tell you what I've done already. So I haven't curled the hair for this particular style. Oh, we've got so many. Hi, Aj. Thank you, Uncle. Thanks for joining us. So the hair prep for this style, literally, I have spritzed the hair with one of my favorite, all-time favorite products, our Silhouette Style and Care Lotion. And it's a really good smoothing product. Now, if you are struggling with flyaways on your practice head, then I would suggest you curl the hair. Just go over it gently with some tongs or with the straighteners. It can be difficult with the straighteners if you've got too much product on there. But if you just go over with the tongs, spritz the hair, prep the hair with a bit of your styling care lotion, curl the hair a section at a time, and you'll find that it will smooth the cuticle down and give you a better kind of glossy finish to work with. So what I've done here is I kind of split the head, split the parting, I split the hair here down the back on a diagonal part, and I've done one ponytail here over to one side, and that's from the hair over here. Then the hair over from this side, I've taken and created another ponytail just here. Instead of just bringing it down flat, I actually put a little twist in it, because I find then what it does when you're creating these kind of smooth, sleek styles, if you get a little bit of movement in the hair, the way I have done here, then it kind of gives the style a little bit of depth and a bit more interest rather than just a kind of straight, kind of pulled back ponytail. So we've got our two reasonably even sized sections here. And I'm going to spritz them with a little bit more Style and Care lotion, just to make sure. Now, the lady in the photograph, she had a super thick, gorgeous, heavy hair. So I was able to make the bun, do quite a few loops on that bun. But if you're working with somebody who, or maybe you're working on your practice head, and there isn't a lot of volume in the hair or a lot of length or thickness, then you can always put a bit of back combing in here just before you create your ponytail. But if you do that, just make sure that you smooth it down before you start to create your loops and your twists. Let's just check. That's it. So we create, it's a very quick, simple, beautiful style. And I'm just going to get a little snag-free band. I'll use a couple of them, I think. And then I'm going to put a little twist in the hair. I won't put it on straight away. And I might even put a little bit of my Creative Structure Cream. This is the Goldwell Super Ego Creative Texture Cream, I think it's called. And I just want to put a little bit of that on just to make sure that this hair stays glossy and smooth and gorgeous. Now you could just as easily create this as a kind of textured style if you kind of take the time to pull out and loosen the hair. And what I'm going to do here is twist the hair a little bit, this ponytail, and kind of create a little bit of a shell, a little bit of a twirly shape over to the left here. So I'm working kind of backwards in the camera. So I'm mixing my lefts and my rights up. So we're just going to give it a little twist as if you're kind of twirling the hair. And we're going to secure it just here. So once I know where I want to secure the hair, then I'm going to put my little snag-free band on the hair. And this will give me a fabulous anchor. So if I'm working with somebody who has very thick, heavy hair, you don't just want these bridal hairstyles to look gorgeous, they have to be secure. Let's check, that's it. So what you can do then, we're going to twist that over to the side with a little twist, a little kind of anti-clockwise twist actually I'm doing here. And I can use my one of my strong straight pins, and I can just prop that into position so I can check in the mirror and make sure I'm happy with it all. Yeah, that's it. Then, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to be taking that pin out again later, but I'm just going to pin that in position using the bobby pin, going into that band that I've got on the hair. So the band's kind of doing two things. First of all, it's holding the hair together for me. And secondly, it is creating a beautiful anchor for me to hold that hair in position. So I can actually take that pin out because it was just really a supporting pin. So it held that little section up in position for me. So again, if you are creating a very textured style here rather than a smooth and sleek one, you could start working with these little piecey sections. Just keep an eye on the chat box. So you could work with these little piecey sections and start loosening them. Now let's do our next section. So again, if you have, let me just get this on here. If your lady's got a little bit of flyaway hair, you can use a little bit of your structure cream. And we're going to repeat the same shape with a little twist over to the side. And you can vary it a little bit. You could go up a little bit. You could go down a little bit. So have a little play and see what you like best. Now, this is going to be a slightly kind of off-center bun. It's going over to kind of one side. So I've started the ponytails in the center here. But if she wanted a bun, the same bun, but in the center of her head, then it's an easy kind of transition. You just need to start with your ponytails slightly off center. So your ponytails at the beginning would be over to this side so that when you do the twists end up in the center of the head. So super easy. Let me just stand here and I might just secure that there. So now I know where the hairband has to go, because now I know where I want to secure it. Put the band on the hair. That's it. Put the band on the hair, give it a little twist, bring it into position and decide where you want it to go. And I quite like it there. Then we'll get it. And I don't actually think I even need to prop this up, but if in doubt, you can always get a hairpin, prop it into position. That's it, just put that cream in there. I think it touched the back of my hand. Oops, let me keep hold of that. I didn't have that propped in good well enough. But just check I'm happy with where I want it to be. There, that's where I want it to be. That's better. Now, so that prop's not doing everything. Let me just move her over here a little bit, make sure you can still see. And pop a bobby pin in there. And the bobby pin's kind of going, that's it, along the scalp and catching the back of the hairband. So it's really kind of super secure. Now, oops, hairband, stray hairband, that's it. Now you can pop another bobby pin in if you feel that you need it. And because we don't need any padding or anything here, the hair's quite secure. And we've got the hairbands in the hair. We've got the hairbands holding the ponytails together at the kind of nape of the neck there. So everything's some really nice anchor there for everything to secure to. So I can take that pin out, that's a supporting pin. And then we'll just, what I might do here is just nudge this over a little bit using that pin. So I've covered the band. And you know what? We're actually almost there. I think I'm going to thicken this little bit. I might back on this just a little bit. And then you can really kind of play around with this. Whoops, sorry. A little bit of noise there. That's it. Let's check we're still in the right position. I might bring her a little bit closer actually so you can see a little bit better. Let me just keep an eye in the mirror there. Better, I think. So now let's get a little bit of our L net. Tame down these little flyaways. That's it, lovely. And then we'll just have a little play with our final section. And I think I'll bring that round and under here just to finish off our style. But she could do with a little bit of backcombing here to make this a bit chunkier, this one. So if your lady has quite short hair, you know, you might just get these two shapes and then we'd need to work to hide the band here. If your lady has much longer hair, then you might be able to create another little loop here and another one underneath. So it's a really versatile, it's a pretty versatile style. Just make sure the back combing is not visible. If anything's moved whilst you've been doing that, pop in another bobby pin just to make sure everything's secure. And then we're going to pop in our little accessory. We've done our final little piece here. That's it. A little bit of smoothing cream. Give that little bit of hair a gloss. Another little twist. And then we'll put one more band on here once we decide where we want it to go. And I think I'm going to tuck it just in here. There. So the band goes on. I've given it the hair a little twist. Put the band on. So it's a super quick, easy, beautiful style. Just not pull that all the way through. Tuck that in. Just a minute. That's it. And pop a bobby pin on there. And we have our beautiful kind of knotted bun, smooth and sleek and totally gorgeous. Sometimes you might find these pins don't actually want to go in if you don't get them over the band properly. So I'm going to do this first before I put this pin in. That's better. Then I'll put this in, get the bobby pin in. That's it. Push that. Oh, she doesn't want to go in at all. Find a little space in there. That's it. Better. Got it. Make sure any little loose ends are tidied up. That's it. Gorgeous. We've got a lovely little knotted side bun. Let's pop our little accessory in. Smooth, sleek, and beautiful. Lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed. Let's have a quick look there. So make sure she looks good from every angle. I can see a bobby pin here. So I'm going to come back and hide that. I don't want any of these things to be visible. So always double check around the style. Better. And make sure you're happy with everything. Pull and tweak a little bit. And that's our beautiful, super quick, gorgeous little knotted side bun. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week, same time, 7 p.m, hopefully, and we'll do another lovely, quick live tutorial. Hopefully, well, yeah, we will definitely be doing something at 7 p.m. next week. Let's just wait and see what happens in the week ahead. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.